Jazz, the Grammys, and Ella Fitzgerald. Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about it. Welcome to the Callback with me, Lauren Allen. If you're new here, we do reviews. And today, we've got the Grammys lined up. Let's go. If we could introduce Ella Fitzgerald, show-stopping, jaw-dropping, amazing, talented, brilliant, never been done before, totally unique. You get it. She entered into an amateur competition at the Apollo, which, if you know anything about the Apollo, it's huge and also where many artists got their start. So she ended up winning that, and then she was still performing and stuff, but it wasn't until she met Chick Webb, who is the drummer of a band, that she then actually got to tour. And so when she started touring, she was with this orchestra for a long, long time, really until Chick ended up passing away. And then she became the leader of the band. And then they ended up following with her as she did her solo career, which pretty cool. A lot of what we attribute to jazz today comes from her. She won 2 Grammys during the first Grammys, and then she also is the first African-American woman to win a Grammy. So very, very exciting. With the orchestra and also her solo stuff, she ended up recording over 200 albums, which is insane. That's so many albums. Like, are we joking? And then she won a total of 13 Grammys. So pretty incredible woman, especially for this time. And she's just fantastic, guys. What are we waiting for? Let's go listen. This album essentially are covers that Ella did based on the Irving Berlin Songbook. One thing that I'm going to start doing, there's just too much media to consume. I'm sorry. That's how it works. So from now on, with all of the categories, really we're going to be focusing on just the winners and also any other materials that might be culturally relevant. You guys have one that you're like, no, we need this, then I'll probably look into it. But what you need to know about this is that because it's based off of a songbook, there's like up to 60 songs potentially. So there's 2 discs that this album covers. There's 16 songs on the first disc and 15 on the second. So just bear that in mind, that this might be a little bit longer than what you're used to. Okay. The music isn't doing anything really complicated, but because her voice is so unique, it's just so dreamy and beautiful. I think sometimes I get caught in like, oh, well, I need to have like a really, really great voice in order to make good music. But I think it's a little bit more of a mix than I maybe had assumed. Oh no, I have no hope. Oh, so dreamy. Ooh, I like that. I'm breaking expectations that were in my brain of what music should be. This is fun. I like this, a whistle. I don't know if it's a whistle of some kind, but the ding ding. Just think of like Gilligan's Island, and let's at least think about her. Ella, kind of almost this like cinematic feel throughout these songs, knowing that Irving Berlin is known for writing not only jazz, but kind of like musical-esque type thing. I think it just makes sense that it's got this really nice blend between both. He's not the man for me. All I wanted to do was like make him breakfast and like, I don't know, like whatever. I also like that she's not afraid to like, like kind of swoop into notes. It feels very intentional. I might fall asleep to this lullaby. Putting on the Ritz. I haven't heard this version of it. That's a lie. I have heard this. Super duper. I love a saxophone. Oh, get thee behind me, Satan. It's too late. These jumps, they're just so effortless for her. She initially was doing scatting to imitate the band, but then now we're hearing the band imitating her scatting. If I was alive at this time, I would have been eating this up. I would be curious as to what the racial dynamic was for Ella. The civil rights efforts were just so strong that I'm curious what the impact was on her. I'll have to look more into that. I'm sure we will talk about her plenty. Okay, riff. Rude. Oh, right, these are not her songs. I forgot. What? Her voice is so clear, but it's not boring, right? Like, it's very stylized. The way she uses her voice is so indicative of like mimicking the instruments around her. Not only was this a newer style that she was incorporating into and like really introducing into jazz, but it's also like she had spent so much time with this orchestra. It would be hard not to. You're hearing that kind of stuff all the time. So like it makes total sense to me that then that became part of what she was known for. I love trumpet. I love her so much. The vowel placement is so interesting on that scatting. In my own scatting that I've done, it's like, oh, I want to do this, or maybe it would be better on this vowel, and sometimes it's just like not the right vowel. Getting into a rhythm where you know what is actually going to sound good, that's really cool. It seems like this era of music is very structural, even though this is jazz. And they're obviously not the same song, but there's so many similarities that I wonder if like we actually need as many songs on here because they all just kind of sound the same. What I would hope is that I would be more intentional or picky about the variety within my own album, which also I have an album coming soon, so just so you know. I am liking these outros with the piano though. I think they're quite lovely. It's no wonder that there's so many Ella Fitzgerald songs in like any period piece. It puts you right there. I mean, this is a classic. I'm intrigued about the choice of that being the last song, but let's talk about it. All right, reviews are in. Yeah, the biggest things that I found were just like those iconic things that we still hear within jazz, right? We've got like heavy trumpets and brass sections and, you know, scatting, and it's so beautiful and I think just very intentional with its preciseness. I really like that. I think we should bring that back. I also think that there are a lot of instruments that I don't feel like we hear a lot, like flutes and different basses and, you know, that kind of stuff where I'm like, oh, this would be cool to bring back. In terms of things that I don't think we should bring back, it feels like a lot of these endings are just very abrupt. So then I feel caught off guard when the song is over. And then lastly, I think, honestly, there were just too many songs. And I don't mean to say that to Ella. Ella, I'm sorry. But like, I think it would have been more impactful with fewer songs chosen a little bit more deliberately, because to a certain point, because it's structured the way that it is at this time, it does feel a little repetitious. They're all great songs, but I think you kind of start to forget which song is which. And for me, I've realized that I think I need a little bit more variety, and I want to see what the artist is doing, how they're able to expand their talent in the ways that they use it. Pantomime quiz.
Well, you're my top person on the
Okay.
list, so
First game show.
I'm ready.
Okay, talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow.